Hey guys, Rory from A&S Gear here, and we're looking at the brand new loader from Valken. This is the Valken Switch. So this is just another loader into the foray, or another foray into the loader market of different loaders. This is reminiscent in looks of a TFX. I think it's maybe a little bit narrower, but it's a great loader. We had a chance to kind of look at it on. This one is still a pre-production model, so we'll be able to look at it, put batteries in it, and turn it on, but running paint through it, it's not at that level where we want to run paint through yet. But these will be due out shortly, and you'll be able to pick one up. They're cool. We'll take a look at the inside, show you the features of what you're going to get. But let's look at the outside from right here. Let's just kind of weigh it up so people can get an idea of weight-wise where you're sitting on these. So it runs on 3 AA. So let's put the batteries on there because we're going to compare it to a rotor with batteries in it. So just over a pound with 3 batteries. We have a rotor here with batteries. So it's 3 AA's inside of here. And that's pound 5 ounces, almost pound 6 ounces. So at 16 ounces in a pound, that's about roughly a third of a pound lighter than a rotor. And so again, not a heavy loader, which is good. Want to keep them light. The shape, obviously, the shape looks great. The disassembly, no tools required to disassemble it, so we can pull it all apart. It actually has like 3 different layers when we get into it and pull it apart. 1 button on the back, on off. You don't have to worry about modes or anything like that. You just turn it on and go, turn it off, and be done with it. It's running on a brake beam system and a brake beam eye system inside of there. And yeah, that's about it. So let's open it up. Let's talk about the lid. The lid just pops open on the back. Cool feature with this lid is, let's say you want to switch to a speed feed of some sort when they come out with them for it. You don't need to disassemble it. You don't need to pull the top shell apart and like get a screw out from underneath it or push a tab or anything like that. You can actually just pull the lid right off. The lid snaps on to the post that runs in between there. You just want to remember that to get the spring right here behind the lid so that it has the spring tension on it. But you can pop this off, put your speed feed on, make sure it sits in there. If it starts to rain, pull your speed feed off, pop your lid back on, and you're ready to go. Probably one of the simplest lid designs I've seen on any loader in terms of changeability. I think it's awesome. Nobody likes to have to like take a shell apart and then slide a thing in and then put a shell back on and then do a thing. So I think it's awesome. Couldn't be any easier right there. To get the back open, lift the tab and then push the clip in. And then we can pull this thing right off, right there. You can see that. This one has a bigger nose to it than you might see on other ones. It's kind of got like a hook right here. So you kind of go around the outside of that, hook it on, and then lay it down on top of there. So this part here can separate from the bottom tray. Tray pops out. Here's our button on the back side. Hooks up to the bottom here. 3 AA's are going to go in the back. So let's put those in. The production model will have straps for the battery, so something to go over that to hold the batteries in place, just in case you take a hard spill and it pops the battery out. You want your loader to be done. You really don't need to put that back on there, but we can. See how it spins there. I run my finger through there, tripping the eye sensor inside there so it knows to spin. The inside housing here, so we've got 3 things you can remove. We have this tray in the back right here. You can take this tray off. With the tray in, your capacity is about 178 balls or so, and the loader will actually feed faster with the tray. It directs the paint down into the cup, the catch, and spins it through and helps the loader feed. With the tray out, you're closer to 200 balls, but your feed rate will drop a little bit just because it's got to pick the balls up and push them in there. There's nothing helping directing the ball down in there. So if you're not shooting a ton of paint or you're not worried about capacity, leave the tray in because you'll get higher consistent rates of fire right there. So that's good. The inner core here, so it's got 2 pieces that will pop out. This middle arm that doesn't rotate, it just stays stagnant in one spot, you can just turn it, quarter turn, and you can pop it right out like this. So this particular one is set up for a 68 caliber paintball. They have or they will have a 58 cal or 58, a 50 cal version that you can drop into. So if you're going to shoot 50 cal, you get your 50 cal adapter or center arm or whatever they're going to call it, put it in there and you lock it in place and you've converted the loader into a 50 cal loader. You're going to shoot 68 cal, pop it out, get your 68 cal version, drop it in, and now you're back to 68 cal. So very simple switch, get that, between loader components to run either one. And then this right here just pops up, and this is what attaches to the motor on the underside right there. So you've got a couple little arms that you can see right here, which the ball will cradle inside the arm. And so as this rotates, it carries the ball along with it and then pushes it into this arm right here and then down the feed port. I like that. I like that design. I like being able to switch between the 50 cal. It makes it so you don't have to have another loader for 50 cal if you ever want to get out there and shoot that. So I think it's a smart choice right there. We'll lock our nose on there, look around to make sure that my edges are lining up. Drop it down. Again, I'm going to always check around the edges to make sure that they lined up. Lock the back, close the lid, done and done. So the new Valken switch loader, I like it. I like the switchability from 50 to 68 cal. I think that's genius inside of there. The lid, I don't know why nobody's figured that out right now. Pop the lid off, pop it back on. There's some that you can push a thing and it'll drop off, but you don't have a mechanism that you have to deal with. You just take the loader lid off and put a new one on. It's perfect. So definitely check these out. They'll be available through the website, so check color availability on there. And consider picking up one of these switch loaders from Valken. They're definitely worth it. Check yours out, or check it out and order yours through ansgear.com.